In 2015, one of the first things we learned about it was Kylen's brother, Mackian. A lot of people don't know that. Kylen had a brother named Mackian who got shot and killed in Billings, Montana. In 2016, Kylen moved to Utah, Moab, Utah specifically. 2017, that's several years ago. She started working at the Moonflower. In 2019, Kylen and Crystal go from friends to girlfriends. The date is approximate. August 30th, 2020, Kylen and Crystal finished their van life conversion. This was their home of choice for Moab. Why house, they say, when you can hashtag van life? At a wedding in April 20th of 2021. And Kylen's last shift, this is where we start getting into some of the details that a lot of people are interested in. Kylen's last shift at the Moonflower was from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Kylen and Crystal thought to be tent camping in the LaSalle Mountains instead of staying in their van. And then on the 13th, they were last seen. Kylen and Crystal were seen at the Woody's Tavern in Moab. It's the last time anyone saw or spoke to them. And if we could zoom in, you guys would see that sort of some security footage of them at the Woody's Tavern. During this visit, they told their friends that someone was creeping them out and they needed to move sites. On the 15th, Crystal was a no-call, no-show for work at McDonald's. And on the 16th, Crystal's no-call, no-show for work at McDonald's again. Kylen was a no-call, no-show at the Moonflower. And this caused some people to be interested in what was possibly happening, so they contacted the local police. The 17th, again, a no-call, no-show by Kylen at the Moonflower. At this point, Kylen's dad pushes local police for a missing person. It seems like the best they could do is an attempt to locate. The issue here is the girls' Econoline van and Harley Davidson were parked in town. If they willingly left, they would not just leave the Harley for an extended period of time. It would be in storage with them. August 18th, 2021, Kylen's aunt starts a Facebook group, Finding Kylen and Crystal Missing Persons, Moab, Utah. That page grew to about 11,000 people. On August 18th, 2021, Kylen's dad, whose name is Sean Paul, he begs Moab for help to find his girls. We know it's not just in ATL, but that they are missing, which is attempt to locate. On the 17th, 18th, he posts everywhere on Facebook asking, can anyone help us find them? Finally, on the 18th, Cindy Sue Hunter confirms with family the vehicle the girls are most likely driving. She packs up supplies. She fills with gas to search as long as she would need. What'd she say, Gavis? I'm going to go until it's dark outside, I run out of energy, or I run out of gas, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So Cindy Sue then locates the girl's silver Kia, and unfortunately, she also locates a body. She sees the vehicle. She calls Sean Paul on the phone. She approaches the site and then sees a body. He tells her to get in her car, lock the doors, and call the police, and she did. Upon the authorities' arrival, the second body was found, and both confirmed Kylen and Crystal. Photos show the map's location. So you can see here on the LaSalle Loop Road where they were parked at. And it was so close to a wedding venue. On the 18th, Ruth, the bunny, found unharmed at the scene, and she's now happily rehomed. On 19th, the Facebook group's updated to be called Justice for Kylen and Crystal, Moab, Utah. Extended family begins to assist in the administration of it. On the 19th, the cause of death, according to the Grand County Sheriff, provides press relief that the cause of death is gunshot wounds. The 22nd, there's a candlelight vigil that's held in Moab for Kylen and Crystal. On the 24th, the Grand County Sheriff goes live on Facebook and issues a statement sharing a commitment to the case and reiterating public safety. While there's no suspect, the sheriff has continued to say there is no danger to the public. And I found that interesting when you hear Cindy Sue talk about it. She said, how can they say there's no danger to the public when we don't know who the guy is? How's there not danger to the public when we don't know who the guy who did this is? On the 25th, the bodies are released from the crime lab for transport to their home state for services. This process seemed daunting and long. No details were shared, no progress on a suspect, and unable to plan services while awaiting the release of the bodies. It is not known by the family if the DNA from a suspect was collected in any manner. I wish we knew that. I wish we knew if there's a toxicology report. I wish we knew if there was outside DNA on the body. I wish we knew the ballistics of the weapon that was used. The Grand County Sheriff on the 31st announces that a local business contractor offered a $10,000 reward providing pertinent information that would lead to the arrest and conviction of a double homicide. On the 31st, Kylen is laid to rest in Montana with her brother Macian, and I didn't know this until I went through this timeline, and her daughter Blake. I didn't know she had a daughter Blake that had passed away. Can you imagine Sean Paul, what he's had to go through? He's had to go through the loss of a son that was murdered. He's had to go through the loss of a granddaughter. He's had to go through the loss of a daughter and a daughter-in-law that was murdered. My heart breaks for Sean Paul. September 1st, Crystal laid to rest in Arkansas by her family's wishes. September 2nd, the Grand County is now announcing a second $10,000 reward from Sacred Earth, now making it a $20,000 reward for any information that would lead to an arrest or conviction in the double homicide case. On September 4th, Sean Paul, Kylen's dad, arrives in Moab to start looking for clues himself. The family still does not have answers. On September 8th, press releases start to include a search warrant obtained to search the Econoline van. The warrant included how the bodies were found. This is how the family finds out the actual details of the death. I hate that how come there's no communication on how things happen? Like, at least give them a day to process it before it becomes public information. They find out when it becomes public information. In a nearby creek, 2 female bodies were found. The bodies were identified as belonging to Crystal Turner and her wife, Kylen Schulte. Both women were undressed from the waist down. One of the females had on a bra that was raised to expose her breasts, while the second female was dressed in only a tank top. Investigators located multiple gunshot wounds on both bodies. The wounds were located on the backs, sides, and chests of the victims. It should be noted that these 2 females were reported missing on August 16, 2021. Gabby Petito on September 11th is reported missing, and the internet starts to find coincidences between the cases. The Grand County Sheriff issues a press release that they are exploring the connection between Gabby's disappearance and Kylen and Crystal's deaths. On the 17th, Moab community holds a memorial for Kylen and Crystal. On the 17th, again, the Grand County Sheriff issues a press release saying that the cases are not related. There is no explanation. There is speculation from the online community that this is a strategy. At the time, missing person and double homicide not technically related. However, could more develop as more details are revealed. On the 22nd, Kylen's dad continues to work clues and offer a way to report information. We do not have answers. We do not know if there's DNA. We do not know if we have any suspects. Photo shows the Swanee Park clue booth Sean Paul has been working at almost every day in September. Kylen's own dad is boots on the ground. Spread our message. Find